Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Spoonful of Joe. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Today we have jerk chicken and rice and peas. Okay, so the very first thing we are going to do is we're going to make our green seasoning. This is going to be key to our jerk chicken seasoning and when making the rice and peas. So we're just gonna get right into that. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will also see that I have posted a video just for this, but for the sake of YouTube, let's watch. So we have garlic, 2 scotch bonnet peppers, lime, a stalk of celery, and green onion, and thyme. So I'm just gonna cut up my green onion, also called spring onion. And I'm going to place all of these into a blender and blend them when I'm finished. Now I'm going to cut up my celery like so. And place my scotch bonnet pepper also into the blender along with the garlic. And then I'm going to spritz some lime. So I wasn't too sure about how I'm supposed to put the lime in. I was like, do I just use the juice? So if you can see, I do have a lot of the pulp in there. But yeah. So now I'm going to add a teaspoon of thyme, because I couldn't find the thyme on the stick. And there's my green seasoning. So now I am going to season my chicken. So if you want to see how I cut my chicken, you can just refer to my Popeye's chicken style video. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting like little slits in the chicken so that the flavor really gets into them when I put them in the oven. So there you have it. So yes, my chicken is washed. I just decided not to wash it on camera because I have washed chicken several times. So again, if you want to see how I do that, you can just refer to my other video. So the first I'm going to add is some salt. And I'm just gonna mix that up. And now I'm going to add seasoning salt. Listen, when it comes to chicken, I feel like chicken is according to your taste buds. So, I mean, you can be dainty all you want, but I just put as much as I personally want. Now I'm going to add some ginger powder. And I'm going to add black pepper. Now I'm going to add some olive oil so that the seasoning really sticks to the chicken. This is key for sealing that up and making sure your seasoning sticks on and the flavor remains on the chicken. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of some of my green seasoning. And next I'm going in with the jerk seasoning. So I add about 3 teaspoons of jerk seasoning. And I'm just gonna mix that up. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves because I am using the hot jerk seasoning and it is very spicy and I did not want to have no problems. So now I'm going to add like a capful of the pimento seeds and mix that around. Oh my gosh, it even looks good right now. Reminiscing. Ooh, so pretty. And here you have it. That's my chicken all mixed up. Last key for that color, I'm going to add browning. Let me tell you, the trouble I went through to find this browning, I didn't know it was like some ingredient that is hard to find. Or maybe I just wasn't having a good day, but I came and I saw and I conquered. So I got my browning in there. So depending on how dark you want your chicken, that would be how much browning you put on. And now I'm going to seal this up with some plastic wrap and put this in the fridge to marinate. So usually whenever I'm cooking meat, I definitely marinate at least for like an entire day before or the night before. Some people do it for longer, but usually I cook it the next day, so I just marinate. Make sure it's sealed nice and tight like this, and you can place it in the fridge. So it's the next day, so we're coming to cook our jerk chicken. So here you have it. And I'm using a glass bake dish to cook my jerk chicken. So I'm just gonna place them in, and pay attention to how I place them in so that they fit. Don't put them all like facing the same position, otherwise they're not gonna fit properly. So you kind of like really gotta take advantage of all the spaces. So as you see, while I'm placing them in, I'm making sure the skin is covering them. And I'm just adding the excess seasoning that's at the bottom of the bowl on top of the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to place the chicken into the oven at about 375 degrees. I'm going to be checking up on the chicken periodically. So here you see, I have to use my phone for this, so you can really get a good look. So I was basting the chicken using a turkey baster periodically, and I turned the chicken a couple times. I think I turned it twice on each side because I do like when it's a bit darker, but not too dark. So here you see. And this was it, straight out of the oven. Done, done, done. Oh my gosh. Just how I like it. Just how I like it. Okay, so now we are going to make our rice and peas. So the first thing I'm going to add is some olive oil to the bottom so that my rice does not stick to the pot. Once the oil heats up, I'm gonna go in with my green seasoning again and add 2 tablespoons of green seasoning. As you can see, that pot was hot. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna add is 1 can of red kidney beans. And again, wait for that to heat up. And then I'm going to add half of the can for the water. I was very skeptical of this because I'm like, is it really gonna cook? But stay tuned. Now I'm going to add some salt to taste. I'm somebody, I don't really like too much salt in my food, but you know, it's called salt to taste, so you go at your own discretion, please. And now I'm adding some thyme. Again, I wasn't able to find thyme on the stick, so hopefully when I make my next recipe, which is going to be oxtail, I'm able to find the actual thyme on the stick. So now I'm going to add half a can of coconut milk, like so. Making sure I'm measuring it out properly. And I'm gonna mix that around. Love the color of this. Okay, now I'm going to add my 2 scotch bonnet pepper. And now I'm adding my washed rice. I use 2 cups of long grain parboiled rice, and I always wash my rice 3 times before I cook it. So I had washed my rice and I've strained it already. I'm just adding it to this mix. We're just gonna go in and mix around our rice, our beans, and all the other ingredients. And I decided to add a little bit more thyme just because, again, I'm using the dried version. And then I went in and added 5 pimento seeds. 5 pimento seeds, the all-purpose seeds or pimento seeds. So this should be done within like 20 to 30 minutes. And here you have it. Our rice and peas is finished. Cooked exactly how I wanted it to be. I know some people may like their beans like more mashed, but I actually don't like that at all. So I like my beans just like this. And here we go. Our jerk chicken and rice and peas. I did record a video of when I did the sauce, but the footage was not clear enough, but I will leave the recipe for that down in the description. So if you want to know how I made the sauce, it will be down in the description. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.